Well, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? Welcome to a healthy, gluten-free dose of KRSchannel. And today we are going to be covering 8th Lord in the 12th house. And what happens when the planet that controls your 8th house in your horoscope is sitting in the 12th house in your birth chart. And obviously, if you do not have any idea what I'm talking about, if you do not know what Lord through houses are, where your planetary placements are, and if your 8th Lord is in the 12th house or it's in the 8th house itself, for that you might check out the links here and check out my full astrological report, including option 6 and my books Astrology, Conjunction and Aspects at the Speed of Light. That will tell you everything that I know. So anyway, 8th Lord in the 12th house. Well, first of all, what is the 8th house? 8th house is death and rebirth, transformation, sudden ups and downs, surgeries, digging deep for things, death, dead bodies. Oh my God, this is getting scary and scary. It also represents treasure, other people's assets, your spouse's assets, joint assets, your in-laws. It represents occult, mystery, things buried underground like coal, gems, petroleum, oil. Okay. So 8th Lord is quite an important house, you know, and it mainly also represents your sexual life. Like, how sexual are you behind the scenes? That's what 8th house is. Now, what is the 12th house? 12th house is also represent bed pleasures because it happens behind the scenes. 8th house is things buried underground so that you can't see them. 12th house is things that are happening in private, behind the scenes also. So sexual activities happens behind the scenes. Unless you're a porn star, then of course it's going to be in the 10th house. But 12th house represents things that are buried underground, things that are happening behind the scenes. I have a squirrel right next to me and I'm scared that it's going to bite the shit out of me. Get the hell out of here! Shit! Oh my God, did I make a fool of myself? It's right there, you piece of Sorry, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna have a nice breakfast, you fucking piece. Where was I again? That's right. I was discussing the 12th house. 12th house represents foreign lands, spirituality. It represents the other dimension. It represents the other world. It represents isolated places like monastery. It represents hospitals, jails, asylum. I'm still scared. She's back again. So this is what 12th house is. Now, when 8th Lord goes into the 12th house, what it does, especially in Vedic astrology, it creates something called Viparit Raj Yoga. What is this Viparit Raj Yoga? It shows reversal of fortune, reversal of bad situation turning into a good, or through a bad situation turning into something good. And usually what this kind of a Viparit Raj Yoga shows is that somebody can suddenly find treasure through sexual activities. Somebody who may find sudden fame through sexual activities, through discovering secrets. Somebody who can suddenly go to foreign lands and find a lot of treasure. Somebody whose life suddenly improves due to somebody's death. Perhaps somebody died, they had their name in their will for you, and you suddenly now became a multimillionaire out of nowhere. And things like that happen. This is why I'm talking about this. I have came across horoscope who had Viparit Raj Yogas, and they had no idea that their neighbor, the old lady who they helped time to time, left $300,000 in their bank account. So that's what Viparit Raj Yoga is. But when 8th Lord goes into the 12th house, what this also shows is that sudden awakening of Kundalini. Sudden awakening of spirituality, sudden awakening of mystical powers within you. This is because 8th house represents the mystical things. It has the dark, deepest powers. And 12th house is spirituality. And one thing you also want to notice is that 8th house, along with the 12th house, is a moksha house. So the reversal of fortune, the Viparit Raj Yoga, can suddenly turn a stockbroker into a spiritual person, can suddenly turn a movie star into a monk, or turn a porn star into a monk. Things like that happen, especially in Maha and Antradasha of 8th Lord and 12th house, 8th house and 12th house. This shows that 8th house represents foreign things. What this shows is that to escape the emotional baggage you have in the 8th house, which is like very dramatic things that you just do not want to handle, you want to escape from these things by going to foreign lands. You escape your very dramatic scenarios in life through spirituality, through visiting spiritual shrines. And 8th house represents secrets, 12th house is secrets. Shows you suddenly have revelation where you learned all the occult and spiritual secrets through a guru in foreign lands. Shows that somebody who experiences many secrets of life when they're isolated from the world. Like, let's say if you go to, I don't know, Peru. You go to all these ancient sites in Peru, Lima, Peru, and there when you're alone, you suddenly see something in the sky, like a UFO. They come down, you have an alien experience. Yet you only had that when you were alone. You only had that when your soul was by itself, in an isolation, in a confine of, other dimension. These people are able to access the portal to the other dimension, to the other parallel universe. So this is a very, very important alignment that people have. And in the Mahadasha of 8th Lord especially, these people can leave religion, can leave everything in their life to pursue spirituality. And these people actually make some of the best astrologers. So let's say if 8th Lord Mercury or Jupiter are sitting in the 12th house, they make excellent astrologers, because their intelligence is able to tap into the secrets of life through spiritual realm. Now, ups and downs is also seen from this. 8th Lord represents sudden ups and downs, sudden calamities. So what this shows, suddenly moves to foreign lands, suddenly, has an experience that changes their entire life, for good or for bad, which depends on the dignity of the planets. But this also shows that somebody finds the treasure of secrets, treasure of money, everything in a very isolated, distant place. So as far as spirituality, mysticism, occultic things are concerned, they become extremely activated. But if other planets are supporting the planets that is creating the Viparit Raj Yoga, can also suddenly invoke sexual energy in the person. You can be the most spiritual person in the world, and you can be, but there's tremendous amount of sexual energy within you. Like, you just are the most sexual person that nobody knows, nobody realizes. So that's where these things come into play. But obviously, depending upon the planets, this will differ. So let's discuss the planetary aspects of this. So let's say if Sun controls your 8th house, Sun goes into the 12th house. What this tells me is that you had a very spiritual father who abided by the spiritual laws. Your father must have been a lawyer in foreign lands, and at the same time, through your father, you were able to go to foreign lands. Perhaps your father got a sudden foreign opportunity, and through that, the whole family went to foreign lands. Your personality, your self-esteem, your ego developed in the privacy of your own space. Like, in a very private spiritual places is where you feel the most confident, is where you feel the most confident, is where your self-esteem rises whenever you're amongst spiritual people in a temple or taking foreign trips. That's where your ego developed. That's where everything regarding you developed. If Moon controls your 8th house, goes into the 12th house, shows that somebody whose mind is always into the other side of the world, other dimension. These kind of people should not have day jobs. Their day job should be related to creativity. Their day job should be related to imagination, like a writer, like somebody who, researches for the mysteries of the world, because these people make great detectives. They, in the privacy of their own space, they want to research the mysteries of the world. And shows that the mother was either absent in their life by, early on in life something happened, or mother was taking a lot of foreign journeys in their life. So the mother might have been absent, or Mother is the one who instilled a lot of occult and mystical interest in you. Mother might have been an astrologer or a tantric person herself and showed you the mysteries of life, showed you the things related to the magical side of life, and shows that this person, especially, this is a very sensitive position of the moon. Either this person can be a very spiritual or mystical person, or this person can become a psycho. This person can become extremely sexual, perverted, who can either be a pedophile, rapist, murderer, somebody who really has a very dark thoughts regarding people, does not like people. So you have to see the dignity of the moon depending upon its degree placement, nakshatra placement, patha placement, influence of conjunction and aspects too. And let's say if Mercury controls your 8th house, Mercury goes into the 12th house, this shows somebody can be extremely sexual. You'll have sudden bursts of sexual energy in you in Mercury Mahadasha. Because Mercury is a prince. Mercury is like this playboy who goes from one person to the other, wants to have fun. And although Mercury represents your speech and communication, shows you have a very private way of speaking to people. You have a very private sexual way of speaking to people, communicating with people. These people can make brilliant writers, novelists who use their imagination. Perhaps detective novelists, mystical novelists like Dan Brown. These are the people who wants to communicate about the hidden things of life. These are the people that can make great accountants or managers of other people's assets in foreign lands. They take care of people's money in foreign lands. Great creativity comes into these people because 12th house is imagination, and then Mercury represents the mimicking ability. So through imagining a lot of things, these people can have a lot of creative communication that suddenly burst into the world in Mercury Mahadasha due to the Viparita Raj Yoga. Let's say Venus controls the 8th house, goes into the 12th house, shows that somebody who either does not have any interest in sexual activities, or somebody who uses sexuality to suddenly earn their money, like a prostitute or porn star. Somebody who has no special regards for sex. Somebody who doesn't care if they have sex in front of people, behind the people. They don't have any emotional attachment to romance or sexual activities. And what happens with these people is that they are very realistic about sex and marriage and love. Because in their early life, they had so much heartbreaks that they went into the privacy of their own space and said, I want somebody realistic. I want somebody who's just, out there, very stable and balanced, and just want to live a long, normal married life. So these people can, attract women who are nurses, healers, somebody who might be either extremely spiritual or somebody who might be extremely sexual in a way that a woman might take advantage of this person in a foreign land. So if you're a guy, and if Venus is in such a dignity where you're attracting women who are taking advantage of you, you want to wait to late 30s to really find a woman who will be stable with you. So in mid 30s, this Venus kind of comes about in its own space. And if Venus in a certain padha, in a nakshatra in a Virgo sign, this Venus can also be exalted in the mancha. So it shows that later on in life you find a really great spouse. Let's say if Mars controls your 8th house, goes into the 12th house, shows that this person can become a yoga teacher, spiritual Tai Chi teacher, martial artist, soldier who goes to foreign lands to fight. Shows a detective who always is dealing with the privacy of other people, death-like scenarios of other people, and research in privacy of their own office. Looking at people's bodies and looking at what's happening and solving people's murder mysteries. This person can be a great dancer because 12th house represents feet. Mars represents action. So Mercury and Venus can represent a dancer. Mars can be a dancer, but more of a I would say athletic dancing, skater, like ice skating can be seen from this kind of a Mars. But because Mars is like this general of the army, can show a warden in a jail. Mars and Saturn both, I've seen that they can be warden in a jail cell. Jupiter controls the 8th house, goes into the 12th house, shows you will meet a very motivational teacher in foreign lands. Your education, your true knowledge and learning and intelligence in life comes from spiritual sources, comes from sources related to monks, spirituality, foreign lands. And the more you are in a private space, the more you're alone, your intelligence increases. But you always meet a guru in foreign lands who will teach you things related to the 8th house. Occult, like astrology, numerology, tarot, magic, all of these things can be seen from this Jupiter placement. And shows that somebody can be a financial analyst in foreign lands, somebody who takes care of other people's money in foreign lands, somebody who works in a bank in a foreign lands, or works in a multinational company bank like Citi or Chase Bank, which is a United States company. You might be working in India for this bank with this kind of a Jupiterian position. If Saturn controls the 8th house, goes into the 12th house, shows that this person experiences sudden bursts of spirituality late in life. These people are always dealing with dead bodies in a private space. You know, the people who kind of clean the dead body, takes care of the dead body, mortuaries, you know, those people are seen from this. This Saturn is very disciplined regarding spirituality. These are actually two true, strict spiritual gurus. These are the ones that when you go into their space, these are the people who are spiritual, very strict about principle of spirituality. Or they can also make criminals and wardens in a jail, criminals and wardens in a private space. This Saturn can, you know, really cloud the imagination for first half of life, where they may do very wrong things, may even do drugs. With Mars, Ketu, and Saturn, and even Rahu, these 4 planets in the 12th house can show somebody who might take drugs, take chemicals in their body, and experience pleasure like LSD. And Saturn is a slow-moving planet. It's a very dry planet. It's a planet of delay, obstacles, discipline, organization. So shows late in life, these people finally get their spiritual life organized. Late in life, these people finally are disciplined about spiritual knowledge. You know, in Saturn Mahadasha, they may find a very strict teacher who, if they run into a spiritual teacher early in life, they will run into a teacher that they will not get along with. They'll be like, man, you're too strict. I don't want to learn through you. But late in life, they meet a teacher who's wise. You know, like older people are wise. These are the teachers they meet who are wise. So this Saturn can really make a very disciplinarian person regarding spiritual things, mystical things, occultic things in late in life. Okay, so guys, this was my analysis of 8th Lord in the 12th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And again, if you want to know where your 8th Lord is placed and all your planetary placements and secrets of astrology, for that check out the links here and check out my books, Astrology, Conjunction and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including my books and option 6. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.